looking at the photos from the Weddizer website, specifically the articles we're analyzing for today's deep dive, the standard they're setting feels almost unfair.
It is pretty intense, yeah.
I mean, we aren't just talking about clear skin anymore. This is that 2026 Korean-inspired glass skin trend. It looks less like biological tissue and more like a polished mirror.
Right, but the sources on Weddizer, specifically in their wellness and how to glow guides, make a really interesting distinction here. They describe this as a bridal skincare revolution, not a makeup trend.
Which implies a huge shift in philosophy. Usually when you think about looking good for a wedding, you think about coverage. Foundation, concealer, airbrushing.
Exactly, and that is the trap. We are living in the era of high-resolution photography. Modern cameras capture absolutely everything. You can filter a photo for social media, but you cannot filter a wedding video.
Because makeup just sits on top of the texture.
It does. If you have bumps, dry patches, or dead skin, the makeup just highlights them. So the glass skin goal is to make the canvas itself flawless. It's skin that is so hydrated and smooth it has a translucent, watery sheen.
It's about light reflection.
Precisely. And the articles emphasize that this is deeply tied to wellness. It's treating skincare as stress-reducing self-care.
Okay, but let's get into the mechanics of this.
Yeah.
Because looking at the routine the Weddizer experts outline, it's not exactly a quick wash-and-go situation.
Yeah.
Step one is the double cleanse. Now, putting oil on your face to clean it still sounds counterintuitive.
It does sound weird, but it's basic chemistry, like dissolves, like your skin produces sebum, which is oil. Makeup and SPF are oil-based. Water repels those,
So if you just use a foam cleanser, you're basically just...
pushing the dirt around.
Yeah,
You need an oil cleanser first to melt the debris, then a gentle foam to wash it all away.
that tracks.
Yeah.
But then we get to the part that scares people. Exfoliation. The guide mentions acids.
Right, and this is where people ruin their skin barrier. They think glass smooth means scrubbing with a physical exfoliant.
Like sandpaper your face.
Literally micro-tearing your face, yeah. The Weddizer guide is very specific. You want chemical exfoliants, AHAs or BHAs, that just dissolve the glue holding dead skin cells together. But here is the catch. Do it only 2 or 3 times a week.
So less is more. If you overdo it, you strip the barrier and get red, irritated skin instead of glass.
Exactly.
Now, step 3 seems to be the heavy lifter. Hydration. But we aren't just slapping on lotion. The articles list things like snail mucin and galactomyces. We need to address the snail in the room. Why are we putting snail slime on our faces?
It sounds totally gimmicky, but the science is fascinating. Snail mucin is packed with glycoproteins and hyaluronic acid. It aids in repair and hydration retention. The goal here is to layer watery toners and essences to saturate the skin.
You want the skin cells to literally swell with water.
Yes, that's what creates that plump look.
So you're forcing water into the sponge. And I noticed the articles also mention serums here, specifically vitamin C or niacinamide.
That's where you customize. Vitamin C for brightness, niacinamide for texture. But regardless of the serum, step 4 is non-negotiable. Locking the gate. You have to seal that hydration in with a ceramide-rich moisturizer.
Otherwise, all that expensive snail mucin just evaporates.
Right into the air, yes.
Here is the part that I think is going to trip people up, though. The timeline. I read this and thought, great, I'll start a month before the big day.
And that is the biggest don't in the entire dataset. To change the texture and health of the skin deep down, Weddizer recommends starting 6 to 12 months out.
12 months. That is a serious commitment.
It's a marathon. If you start aggressive actives less than 8 weeks out, you risk a purge, where everything clogging your pores comes to the surface at once.
You definitely do not want to be purging on your wedding day.
No. And skipping sunscreen instantly negates all of this. UV damage destroys collagen. You can't polish a surface that's actively being damaged.
So, distilling this down, glass skin isn't a product you buy. It's a discipline. It's consistent hydration and barrier protection over a long period.
It is. It's the difference between painting a wall and replastering it from scratch.
If you want the specific product breakdowns or the detailed guidance on how to glow, the articles section on the Weddizer website is the place to dig in. They really cater to this niche with their wellness trends.
It really is a great resource for structuring that timeline so you don't panic buy serums a week before the event.
But I want to leave everyone with a thought that struck me while reading this. We frame this entirely as bridal prep. But if this routine is really about health, hydration, and protecting your body's largest organ, isn't that just the ultimate form of daily self-respect? Why wait for a wedding to treat yourself this well?
That is the real question. Why indeed?